Interview with Natalie, the owner of VWax. We've got a few business questions to help you all out. So, first one, pricing. How do you price yourself right, whether that's someone starting out or someone that's already in the industry, just not really making any money?
Okay, so pricing yourself is the most important part of the business. If you're not earning the right amount, your business is going to fail. You're not going to have any momentum to grow. You're going to end up almost going around in circles. So, saying that, the best way to approach it is understand that you are a specialist. So you're a specialist in the intimate area. There's very, very few within the industry that are specialists in the intimate area. So that alone, as you become that specialist, instantly the price increases because you've invested time, patience, and you've also had the guts and the balls to just concentrate on that one area rather than being a jack of all trades and you're doing this, that and the other. That way of business will very rarely get you far forward, but as you become a specialist in one area, it does make a difference. So saying that, when you become a specialist VWaxer in the intimate area, you're going to be turning customers around in 15 minutes. So that being said, you can have 2 to 3 clients within 1 hour slot. So personally, I would be pricing between the £45 and £50 for a specialist intimate treatment, just because what comes with that is the level of hygiene. So the way that I teach you, everything is disposable, everything is hygienic, and your customers value that. As say other salons, they have a tendency to double dip, have bad hygiene. A lot of salons don't even have sterilizers for their the metal tools. So the way that I put you forward in the industry is very specific. So that being said, when you start advertising this to your audience, people will value that you're taking those steps and that into consideration, in comparison to someone who's down the road charging £12 for the same service. It's not the same service whatsoever. You hear a lot of horror stories in the waxing industry, a lot of burns, scarring, bruising, taking the skin off, that sort of thing. But with the way that I teach and the way that I put things forward, that should never happen. So if you're careful in your ways, if you maintain your ways, that heightens the level of pricing structure that obviously you can put forward. You've also got to consider your outgoings. So the rents, the rates, the bills, the card machines, the internet. Then obviously on top of that, you've got your own wages. If you have got staff members, you've got staff wages, and then on top of that, you've obviously got your tax, you've got your pensions, because obviously you are a business owner. Any sort of holidays or time off with the kids if they're poorly, everything has to factor in. So as a whole, I've always worked at an £80 an hour rate. Same with all my staff members. So every individual person works at an £80 an hour rate. And obviously that is achievable with 2 to 3 customers within an hour. We are a specialist in our field, and it's something that once a customer comes to you, they're not going to be going elsewhere to try this and try that, because it is an intimate service. They are opening their legs and allowing you into their vulnerable personal space. And many things can go wrong. You could rip someone's labia, and it could end up being a suing claim for a couple of 100,000. I don't know, but it is very, very specialist. It is very, very intimate, and that needs to come with a price. You know, you are working with vulnerable people. You do become, you know, a counsellor, as well as, you know, you might have clients that are pregnant, and obviously that comes part of, you know, you become the responsible person for that person you're taking care of during that time of an intimate wax. So there are a lot of factors. So pricing yourself correctly, take everything into consideration. Never ever look at who's in the market charging this, charging that, because they are not you. They don't have the same outgoings, they don't have the same you know, hourly rate for staff members. So take everything into consideration and really, you know, understand your personal value. Because at the end of the day, if you're not taking home, you know, a proper wage to support your family, partner, everything else, it's pointless. In business, there is a lot of stress. You have a lot of things to deal with, and obviously you do need time away from the business to recuperate, relax, and obviously that needs to be factored into it as well. So I know I've rambled on a little bit there, but taking everything into consideration, especially your outgoings, yeah, that needs to determine your price. But as a general rate, I would say the £45 to £50 for an intimate wax. I've had 3 salons, and you know, I've had multiple members of staff, and you know, I've demonstrated it in 3 complete different areas, and it's worked very, very well. The customers are very happy to pay that price because of, you know, it's a clinical environment, the hygiene levels, how we portray the treatment, and how we are as people. That's what gets and builds trust within your community, so that you have that ongoing success.
Right, so when it comes to attracting the right clients, like how do you attract the right clients for you to ensure that obviously you've got a good client turnaround?
So obviously with advertising intimate treatments, you can't really do before and after pictures. So the way that we advertise is the way we have to re-educate your customers. So like I said previously, if you're advertising about your hygiene, how you go about the treatment, how everything is confidential, the whole understanding of the hair, the skin, you know, the understanding of the wax itself, everything's natural, putting about, you know, the customer's pH balance, smells, that sort of thing, the normal stuff that other people don't promote, you need to be promoting, so that it gets you out there. People have that trust, that understanding. But if you are a new salon, you know, opening up in a new area or anything like that, you need to physically get into the community. So price yourself right, understand your outgoings, and then once you put yourself out there, go and visit the local businesses and offer them you know, a local business discount. And local business discount doesn't have to just be like in the cluster of, you know, your shops. It can be, you know, the whole town. Go give them, you know, vouchers, you know, discount vouchers and whatnot, and obviously build that relationship. You need to build relationships in business to become successful. People need to know who and what you are, so that they can talk about you and, you know, even advertise your business for you. So taking that into consideration is, you know, really important, getting out into the community and providing that service and being proud of it.